Can you tell us something about the new investors in Serbia? Who is interesting and for what kind of project?
Yeah, when you look at international investors in Serbia, our feeling is that what will happen in the next 12 months is people will start looking at Serbia again. In terms of the types of products that they're going to be interested in, it will largely probably be on the retail side. We think that's the most interesting segment in the Serbian kind of real estate market for the next 2 or 3 years.
What about the banks? Are they ready to support some new investments?
Right now, the banks are in a tough, difficult position. Financing is obviously hard to come by. The feeling will be that we think banks, international banks, more so than local banks, will be willing to finance projects where there's a good amount of research done on it, there's good cash flow coming out of their properties, and they have good tenancy. But otherwise, it's still going to continue to be difficult for financing for at least the next 12 to 18 months.
Shopping malls are very interesting these days. Is that good investment in Serbia?
Well, I think it will be. The reality is that there's only a few shopping malls. When you look at Serbia, when you compare it to the other markets in the region, there's not enough proper quality shopping stuff. So our feeling is once the supply catches up, there's new shopping malls being built. At that point, it's going to be the most interesting segment for investment.
In May, probably we will have parliamentary elections. Do you expect some changes after that?
Yeah, after the elections, we hope and we believe that what will happen is you're going to see more international interest. This is largely because with the pro-EU government and the other changes with the EU candidacy becoming more official at this point, we really think that it's going to have Serbia put back on the map for a lot of people in the real estate community.
Can you tell us something about the hotel chains? Who is interesting now? Maybe some new investors.
Well, hotels in general, when you look at the market, it's probably undersupplied. There's still, I think, a need for kind of the premium 4 to 5 star hotels in Belgrade. And for us, we believe that there's going to be several chains that will want to come into the market, probably in the next 2 to 3 years.
Let's go to discuss in detail of the subject. First of all, what is your opinion about the situation in the residential market in Serbia?
We think that the residential market, for the kind of higher end premium apartments, there's going to be a lot of developments that we'll see in that range. In general, prices will stabilize. We don't see them going that far up. We don't see them going down. The market will be fairly flat, but there is the opportunity for developers to start building some good middle and higher end homes in the country.
What is your opinion about the potential in this part of the real estate in the Serbia?
For us, it really comes down to the quality of the development, and we believe that the developers in Serbia are getting better at what they're doing. They're learning, they're taking on international standards, and that's going to be the key. If the product is good enough, people will buy it. We're going to have more international investors looking at the residential as an investment opportunity. Traditionally, it's been much more for their own use. People buy their own apartments. What we think will happen is you're going to see international investors coming into the market and purchasing either buildings on their own or several units in top quality places.
What about energy efficiency in the real estate development?
That's the big topic right now. For us, we view, even in Serbia and the region of Southeast Europe in general, this is going to be the biggest topic for the next 2 or 3 years. The reason for that is that if you look out 4 or 5 years from now and you're developing a building, what will happen is that you need to have some level of green or sustainability in the building and some level of accreditation. Otherwise, it'll be more difficult to sell it.
Now in the Belgrade existing only 2 shopping malls. In the end of the March, one in the Kragujevac, in the end of the this year one in the Novi Sad. What do you think about the current situation about the retail, first of all in the base of the shopping malls development, and secondly in the retail parks? This means question is what about the main town, maybe secondary towns, and what about the small towns in the country?
Well, to start with Belgrade, for the shopping malls, there's obviously, as you said, there's only 2 major shopping malls, or international standard shopping malls. However, when we look at the pipeline of what's being planned for development for the next 2 or 3 years, we see that's going to change dramatically. It would be our expectation, a lot of the projects that were stopped 3 or 4 years ago are coming back online. We're also seeing some more international retailers wanting to come into the market. So obviously not all of the projects will happen, but we do believe that we're going to see, say 5 years from now, there'll at least be another 3 or 4 international quality shopping malls. When we move to the secondary cities, our belief is that all of the kind of major secondary cities will have a minimum of one shopping mall built in the next 3-4 years. It depends obviously on the catchment of the size of the area and the amount of income, but you look at what's happening in the malls that are already being built, and we see this as a trend for the next few years. Outside of that, if we move to the kind of the third level cities, we don't believe that there's a lot of opportunity right now. You're going to have to focus on the top 3 or 4 cities in the country first before you look to move into those smaller markets.